For over 600 years, one empire stood as a bridge between East and West, shaping the fate of continents, religions, and civilizations. It was a power feared by kings, admired by scholars, and respected even by its enemies. Its mighty armies marched across Europe, Asia, and Africa, and its capital was the most valuable city on earth. This was the Ottoman Empire. From a small Turkish tribe to a global superpower, and from horseback warriors to devastating cannon-armed legions, its story is epic. Led by powerful sultans and caliphs, it dominated the world stage for centuries. But how did it rise so high? And how did it rule for so long? And how could even the strongest empire ultimately face decline and revolution? Join us as we uncover the complete story of the Ottoman Empire. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more epic history. Did you know that one of the world's greatest empires started from almost nothing? Back in the late 1200s, the world stage was dominated by giants like the Byzantines and the Mongols. No one was looking at the edges of Anatolia, where a small Turkic tribe was quietly gaining strength. Their leader was a man named Osman I. He wasn't a king, and he didn't rule over a grand city. Instead, he led people-fierce warriors, loyal families, and devout believers. United by a powerful sense of purpose, they felt chosen to expand their influence and faith. Their lives were defined by strict discipline, unwavering loyalty, and the art of war. It was Osman's name that gave them their identity. They became known as the Ottomans, a force that would soon change the course of history forever. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories from the past. Have you ever wondered how an empire could rise so quickly? Let's talk about the early Ottomans. They weren't just conquerors. They were driven by the Ghazi ideology warriors of the frontier. For them, every battle was more than just about land. It was a fight for honor, for their beliefs, and for sheer survival. While their enemies were scattered and divided, the Ottomans had one powerful advantage: unity. And they had a secret weapon that wasn't a weapon at all. It was tolerance. Instead of destroying the people they conquered, they absorbed them. Christians, Muslims, Jews, all were allowed to practice their faiths and live under Ottoman rule. This policy of inclusion wasn't just a nice idea. It was a brilliant strategy that fueled their rapid expansion, helping them grow faster than any of their rivals. It was this unique blend of warrior spirit and smart governance that laid the foundation for one of history's greatest empires. Thanks for watching. For 1,000 years, one city stood as the heart of the world: Constantinople. Capital of the mighty Byzantine Empire, it was a fortress, a hub of trade, and a symbol of Christian power. Armies had tried to conquer it for centuries, but its legendary walls held strong. Every single attempt failed. Until 1453. A young, brilliant Ottoman sultan, Mehmed II, had an obsession. He wasn't just a ruler. He was a visionary with a single burning ambition: to conquer Constantinople. He built the largest cannons the world had ever seen, trained an elite army, and devised a masterful strategy. After a grueling 53-day siege, the unthinkable happened. The walls were breached. The city fell. In a single day, the world map was redrawn. Constantinople became Istanbul, the heart of the new Ottoman Empire. The Middle Ages were over, and a new era had begun. History would never be the same. Have you ever wondered what made the Ottoman Empire so powerful for centuries? A big part of the answer lies in its military, specifically an elite group called the Janissaries. These weren't just ordinary soldiers. They were a force forged from a unique and intense system. Christian boys were taken from their families at a young age, converted to Islam, and put through rigorous training. This education molded them into some of the most disciplined and skilled warriors the world had ever seen. They had no family ties, no tribal allegiances. Their loyalty was absolute, given only to the Sultan. This unwavering devotion and superior training made the Janissaries an unstoppable force, the backbone of an empire that dominated for centuries. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more history secrets. Ever wondered what it was like to be an Ottoman Sultan? It was way more than just being a king. Imagine holding absolute power in your hands. You're not just the head of state. You're the commander-in-chief of a massive army, the ultimate guardian of the law, and eventually, the caliph of the entire Islamic world. Your word? It's literally law. No questions asked. Your palace isn't just a home. It's a glittering world of gold, filled with brilliant advisors, scholars, and poets. But don't be fooled by the sparkle. This world is also crawling with spies, and politics is a deadly game. Power demands a heavy price. To secure the throne and prevent devastating civil wars, a new sultan often had to make a horrifying choice: eliminate his own brothers. In the Ottoman Empire, the path to ultimate power was often paved with blood. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more history. Ever wondered how an empire becomes legendary? Let's talk about the Ottoman Empire under one man, Suleiman the Magnificent. His reign wasn't just a golden age. It was the absolute peak of Ottoman power and influence. Imagine an empire so vast, its borders stretched all the way from Hungary in Europe down to the sands of Arabia. But Suleiman wasn't just a conqueror. He was a visionary. He standardized the empire's laws, creating a system so effective that while Europeans called him the Magnificent for his splendor, his own people called him the Lawgiver. Under his patronage, art and architecture reached breathtaking new heights, and trade routes pulsed with activity, connecting the empire to the entire globe. This wasn't just a regional power anymore. The Ottoman Empire had become a true global superpower, a force equal to any in history. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Ever wondered just how massive the Ottoman Empire really was? Picture this. At its peak, it wasn't just a country. It was a world-spanning powerhouse. Its rule stretched across 3 continents, from the sun-baked lands of North Africa, through the historic heart of the Middle East, and all the way into Southeast Europe. Think about the cities under its banner. We're talking about the holiest sites in Islam: Mecca and Medina, the ancient wisdom of Cairo, the legendary streets of Baghdad, and even the strategic European fortress of Belgrade. But it wasn't just about land. The Ottomans held the keys to global trade. For centuries, if you were in Europe and wanted the silks and spices of Asia, you had to go through them. They were the ultimate gatekeepers, connecting East and West and shaping the course of history in the process. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Ever wondered how a massive empire like the Ottomans kept the peace for centuries? They ruled over a huge mix of religions: Christians, Jews, and of course, Muslims. So how did they manage it all without constant rebellion? The answer is a clever strategy called the millet system. Think of it like this: each religious community, or millet, was allowed to govern itself. They could use their own laws, run their own schools, and handle their own internal affairs, from marriages to divorces. This gave people a sense of autonomy and respected their traditions. Of course, it wasn't a perfect utopia. While this system brought remarkable stability, it wasn't about true equality. Everyone paid taxes, but non-Muslims often paid extra. And ultimate power always remained with the Muslim ruling class. It was a controlled peace, a practical solution for a complex empire. It's a fascinating example of historical governance, isn't it? Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more history shorts. Picture this: the 16th century Mediterranean Sea. It's not the calm, sunny paradise we know today. It's a battleground, and for a time, it belonged to one empire, the Ottomans. Imagine fleets of powerful Ottoman galleys, sails billowing, cutting through the waves. This wasn't just a navy. It was a force of nature that made even the mightiest European powers like Spain and Venice tremble. The architect of this dominance? Legendary commanders like Hayreddin Barbarossa. He was a strategic genius, a corsair turned admiral who outsmarted and outfought his rivals at every turn. Under his command, the Ottoman navy won decisive victories, controlling vital trade routes and raiding coastlines. For decades, the Mediterranean was practically an Ottoman lake, a testament to their incredible sea power. It's a chapter of history that truly shows how naval strength can shape the world. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories. Hey everyone, let's talk about how empires rise and fall. Think about the mighty Ottoman Empire. For centuries, they were a superpower, expanding and innovating. But as the old saying goes, nothing lasts forever. While the Ottomans held on to their powerful traditions, a massive shift was happening just next door in Europe. This was the era of the Renaissance, a rebirth of art, culture, and most importantly, ideas. New technologies were emerging at a breathtaking pace. Gunpowder weapons became more sophisticated. Scientific discoveries were changing the way people understood the world. And breakthroughs in navigation opened up new trade routes and possibilities for exploration. European armies modernized rapidly, adopting these new technologies and tactics. Meanwhile, the Ottoman military and administrative systems, which had once been their greatest strength, started to look outdated. The very foundations that made them so powerful for so long eventually became the sources of their weakness. It's a powerful lesson in history. Adapt or be left behind. Thanks for watching. Have you ever wondered about the one battle that changed everything for a massive empire? Let's talk about 1683 and the Siege of Vienna. For centuries, the Ottoman Empire had been this unstoppable force, expanding across continents and striking fear into the heart of Europe. They seemed invincible. But when they arrived at the gates of Vienna for the second time, something was different. This wasn't just another battle. It was a colossal turning point. The combined forces of the Holy Roman Empire and the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth delivered a crushing defeat to the Ottomans. For the very first time, the tide turned. The empire wasn't just stopped. It was pushed back. Europe breathed a collective sigh of relief. From that moment on, the Ottomans shifted from relentless expansion to a long, slow defense of their vast territories. The myth of their invincibility was shattered, right there at the walls of Vienna. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more history shorts. Ever wondered how a mighty empire that spanned centuries could just fall apart? The story of the Ottoman Empire's decline is a fascinating one, and it didn't start with epic battles on the frontier. It started from the inside. The very system that built the empire began to poison it. Corruption started to spread like a disease, seeping into every corner of the government. The once feared Janissaries, the elite soldiers of the Sultan, lost their discipline and started meddling in politics. The sultans themselves became weaker, losing their grip on power, which led to constant, brutal struggles for the throne. This internal chaos and decay slowly chipped away at the empire's foundations, proving that sometimes the greatest enemy is the one you can't see, the one that's already inside the walls. Thanks for watching, and if you're curious about more historical deep dives, make sure to subscribe. Imagine this. It's the 1800s, and the once mighty Ottoman Empire is in big trouble. For centuries, it was a superpower, a titan stretching across 3 continents. But now, the great powers of Europe have a new nickname for it: the sick man of Europe. Ouch. It's a harsh label, but it kind of fits. The empire was still huge on the map, a vast territory, but internally it was fragile and weakening day by day. The European powers saw this weakness and couldn't resist meddling. They started interfering in Ottoman affairs, chipping away at its sovereignty. At the same time, a powerful new idea was sweeping through the empire: nationalism. Different groups within the empire's borders started to see themselves as distinct nations, and they wanted out. Provinces began demanding independence, one after another. The once unbreakable empire was bleeding territory and authority. The sick man was getting sicker. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more history stories. Have you ever wondered what happened to the once mighty Ottoman Empire? Well, World War I was the final chapter in their long story. When the war broke out in 1914, the Ottomans saw a chance to reclaim their lost glory and territories. They sided with Germany and Austria-Hungary, hoping for a quick victory. But this decision turned out to be a fatal mistake. The war was a disaster for them. The British fueled an Arab revolt within their borders, tearing the empire apart from the inside. At the same time, Allied forces invaded from all sides. The economy completely collapsed under the strain of total war. By 1918, after years of brutal fighting, widespread famine, and immense loss of life, the Ottoman Empire was forced to surrender. The war didn't just defeat them. It dissolved them, paving the way for the modern Middle East. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more history. In 1922, one of the world's longest-lasting empires simply vanished. After 600 years, the Ottoman Sultanate was abolished, and the final sultan was sent into exile. Just like that, it was over. Think about that for a second. This was an empire that stretched from Europe to Africa to Asia, a true global superpower that shaped history for centuries. It rose from a small Anatolian tribe to become a beacon of science, culture, and military might, controlling key trade routes and ruling over dozens of different peoples. But after years of decline, devastating wars, and the rise of nationalism, the sick man of Europe, as it was called, finally succumbed. From a tiny tribe to a world-spanning empire, and then into the pages of history. It's a powerful reminder that nothing, not even the greatest of empires, lasts forever. Thanks for watching. Ever wondered what a 600-year empire leaves behind? For the Ottomans, the answer is a lot. Think stunning architecture, from the Blue Mosque in Istanbul to bridges still standing in the Balkans. Their influence didn't stop there. They established complex legal systems that shaped societies for centuries. But their legacy is also one of conflict. Many of the borders they drew are still sources of tension in the Middle East and beyond. From Turkey to the Balkans, their story is written in stone, in law books, and in the cultures of millions. They were a powerhouse of complexity and contradiction, ruling a vast, diverse empire with a unique blend of strength and sophistication. The shadow of the Ottomans is long, and understanding it is key to understanding our world today. Want to dive deeper into history's most fascinating empires? Hit that subscribe button and join the journey. Thanks for watching. History teaches us one powerful lesson, and the Ottoman Empire is the perfect example. No empire falls overnight. The collapse happens slowly, from the inside out. It starts with strength, which brings comfort. But that comfort leads to weakness, and weakness is an open invitation for disaster. For 600 years, the Ottomans were a dominant force, shaping the world as we know it. And for that, history will never forget them. Think about it. Empires are built on relentless discipline, but they crumble because of simple neglect. The Ottomans held power for 6 long centuries, precisely because they understood how to wield it. Their downfall began the moment they forgot how to protect it. A timeless story of power, and a warning for all of us. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more.